As you may know, the Nigeria Meteorological Agency NIMET in a statement on Tuesday warned of prolonged heat waves with temperatures reaching 39 degrees Celsius in the south and 41 degrees Celsius in the north. The agency listed the implication of the hot weather to include dehydration, heat-related illnesses, respiratory issues, and more. NIMET also advised people to drink more water, stay within the shade, wear light clothing, avoid strenuous activities, and stay indoors during the peak sun hours. Meanwhile, the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabo, says Nigeria cannot continue to subsidize electricity as the nation must begin to move toward a cost-effective tariff model. Addressing a press conference in Abuja on Wednesday, the minister said only 450 billion naira was budgeted for subsidy this year, but the ministry needs over 2 trillion naira for subsidy. He said the country is currently indebted to the tune of 1.3 trillion naira to generating companies, Gencos, and $1.3 billion to gas companies. Mr. Adelabo said state government will now be allowed to generate power independently to supply power to their state.
We are also resuscitating the abandoned 26 small and medium-sized hydro plants across the country with solar hybridization. This is so easy. We have small dams with 10 megawatts, 6 megawatts, 1 megawatt across. We have one in Oyo State, Ikere Gorge Dam. We have one in Ogun State, Oyo, and we have across Nigeria. If we rehabilitate this, we are going to be supplying additional power to the states, and they don't need to go to the national grid on the 330 or 132 kV lines. They will be on the 33 kV line within the distribution network of the states, and this will be backup power.
Away from that, Rivers State Commissioner of Police CP Olatunji Disu has assured widows of police officers of command's commitment to their well-being and welfare of their children. CP Disu gave the assurance at an event to celebrate widows of police officers in Port Harcourt.
They died fighting for this country, and we should not just close our eyes to it. We should remember them again and again. That is why today we are here to solidarity with you, to remember them and pray for them, and to remember those of us still alive, still doing this job of providing security and protecting lives. You are the one giving succor to all the children of departed police officers. I pray to Almighty God to continue to guide you. We have instructed our DPOs, my management team, every problem you have, come over to us, we'll listen and we'll solve your problem.
Correspondent Mekwadoka reports that some of the beneficiaries thanked the commissioner for the gesture.
I am so happy because this kind of thing have never happened before. Nobody have done this to us. Nobody have cared for us. Nobody have remembered us this Valentine's Day.
An event like this today is one of the days that make me happy. Since I entered, I've been dancing, I've been jumping. This CP has put a smile on our face. It has never happened since I joined this group.
We are very, very grateful and we are thankful, and we pray that God will keep him and protect him and direct him and lead him and provide for him and make a way for him and other officers.
The widows were given money and bags of rice. Now, the Rivers State Police Command has dismissed one Inspector Michael Ode after an orderly room trial. The police, in a statement by its spokesperson SB Grace Iringekoko, said Mr. Ode is one of the 3 policemen charged with extorting $3,000 USD in cryptocurrency from a young man in the state. SB Iringekoko said the other 2 ASPs who were accused alongside Mr. Ode have also been recommended for dismissal, but because of their rank, the recommendations have been forwarded to the Office of the Inspector General of Police. Staying with security stories, a concerned youth leader in Akko Kingdom in Ahoda East local government area, Menwe Nnamdi James, has called on the Inspector General of Police IGP Kayode Wetoku and the Rivers State Police Command to reopen the kidnapping case against the public relation officer of the Iwako Youth Congress, Hector Ekakita. Mr. Nnamdi James, in an interview with our correspondent, accused Hector Ekakita of killing about 10 people and being the leader of a cult gang in the area. He also accused Mr. Ekakita of using the guise of fighting crime in the area to fight rival cult gangs.
I'm calling on the IG of police to arrest and prosecute him with immediate effect for the death of 10 persons, and also Hector kidnapped one man from Omok and the man died in their custody, and also Hector was taken to Degema Correctional Center. The case file number is PHC/23508/19. He's telling people that he's fighting crime. He's not fighting any crime. How can a court man say he's fighting crime? He's hiding under this guy to fight his court opponent. I'm calling on the River State government Bulletin to reopen the file. He should be prosecuted for kidnapping.
Mr. Nnamdi James also called on youth in Akko Kingdom to lay down their arms and be law-abiding.
Akko Kingdom is peaceful, and I'm also using this medium to call on the youth of Ekpeland and Akko in particular to lay down their arms. There is no need for courtesan. Courtesan does not pay. Anywhere there is crisis, where there is no peace, development cannot strive. So I'm calling on all the youth to be peaceful, to be law-abiding.
Responding to the allegation, the public relations officer of Iwako Youth Congress, Hector Kaketa, in turn accused Mr. Nnamdi James of cultism. He said Mr. Nnamdi James is being sponsored to blackmail him for kidnapping. Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has reiterated his commitment to fostering collaboration and mutual support between Rivers and Bayelsa State. Governor Fubara said this in a congratulatory message to the Governor of Bayelsa State, Duane Diri, who was sworn in for a second term on Wednesday. He said the strides achieved by Governor Diri have contributed to fostering unity and development across various sectors. Governor Fubara attended the inauguration and swearing in of Governor Diri in Yenagoa, Bayelsa State. Others present include the Vice President Kasim Shettima, Vice President of Liberia, Jeremiah Kong, former President Olusegun Obasanjo and Goodluck Jonathan, alongside his wife, Patience Jonathan, and governors of Edo, Akwa Ibom, Delta, Osun, Niger, Kwara, and Plateau State. Governor Fubara says he feels distraught by the death of the former group managing director and CEO of Access Bank PLC, Herbert Wigwe, because he has been instrumental in River State's economic plans and developmental strides. Governor Fubara said this while commiserating with the Wigwe family.
His economic advice is something that I was leveraging on, unleash a lot of programs in this state. So you can imagine how I feel about the death of Mr. Herbert. He's a great guy. I might be wrong to put it this way. I just see him as extraordinary. He's just one in a million. We will encourage the family, the daughter, and the other ones that are still there, whatever it is the state can do to keep up the legacy of Dr. Herbert.
He also said the death of Herbert Wigwe should not be the death of Wigwe University, one of the legacies he has left behind.
Maybe after his burial, we'll call the school management to find out what are their plans. Because I don't think that the death of Dr. Herbert should be the end of Wigwe University. We should do everything within our power as a state, or anybody who loves Herbert, to keep that legacy of Herbert Wigwe University. That is what I feel we should do to immortalize his name.
Still to come, cost of medications, baby food sold in Port Harcourt. Stay with us. And now the rest of the news. Some residents of Port Harcourt have expressed frustration following the continuous hike in the price of medications. Some of the residents, in an interview with our correspondent, urged the government and regulatory agencies to intervene.
How will somebody manage themselves with asthma? How will somebody manage with antibiotics? Artemether 8 milligram at 420 naira. On last Saturday, I bought it 1,450 naira.
Paracetamol that we were buying 15 naira before, it then skyrocketed to 200 naira. Now it's paracetamol card is 500 naira. I don't know if drugs that have been produced these days are no longer effective. It seems like they even aggravate the sickness more.
So a lot of persons are there because they cannot afford drugs. Government will help the citizens to regulate the prices.
My friend went to get drugs some days ago. It was with 3,000 naira to get both malaria and typhoid drug. Only for him to go, and he was not able to get both the malaria and the typhoid drug. He had to just resort to those malaria drugs.
Meanwhile, the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, says Nigeria can attain self-sufficiency in manufacturing of medicine if the right policies are made. NAFDAC Director General Mojisola Adeyeye said this in a statement on Wednesday. Elsewhere, some fathers in Port Harcourt say the rising cost of baby foods has forced them to seek alternatives. They say they have left foreign brands for local food like pap and soybeans for their babies. But some others believe that locally made foods are not nutritional enough for babies. These fathers spoke on Nigeria Info FM's Sunnyside.
When I had my first daughter, we used to buy baby food for about less than 1,000 or little above 1,000. But as I speak to you, it's almost 3,000.
We are buying that in 4,000 naira. I was sweating every day. What we cannot afford because of pride. How can a baby of 3 weeks, 1 month, 2 months decide the kind of food she will eat or he will eat? If you see any reaction, change the pattern in which you will prepare that thing for the baby.
Any food you are giving to your baby and he's taking it and survive, fine. For anyone you know, say you go see afford to go. That's enough to pressurize meal.
Most of these children eat per tin of that SMA good every week. So multiply it. How much is the salary? What is your income?
Sometimes we want something that is cheap, but how it responds to their health.
In other news, more than 20 young entrepreneurs in Andoni have been awarded a business grant of 250,000 naira each through the Economic Empowerment Scheme of the Andoni Council Chairman Erastus Awoto. The initiative aims to bolster small and medium-scale businesses in the area. During the check presentation at the council headquarters in Ngo, Awoto said the grant will help the beneficiaries to sustain and expand their businesses. He emphasized that the gesture is geared towards fostering self-reliance among youth and alleviating economic challenges in the area.
Today, we are going to empower 20 of our people, of our youth who are engaged in businesses, entrepreneurship. Some of them are into fisheries, some of them are into IT business. We want to encourage their business. It's the work of council, and I will not shy away because if they survive today, their family survives, their friends survive, their community survives. Among our youth, there is one boy, Chief, I think he's from Ingo. He said he wants to open a barbering salon. We will support him with 250,000 to set up a small business.
The chairman of Andoni local government, Erastus Awoto, also assured of continued effort in urging oil companies operating in the area to create employment opportunities for unemployed youth in Andoni. Some of the beneficiaries who spoke to our correspondent thanked the Andoni Council chairman for the gesture and promised to put the funds to good use.
I'm into event planning. I've been having challenges all this while to get every materials I need for my business. The money is not there, but I have the sum of 250,000 naira. With this now, I think I will go far, and those materials that I needed for my business, I could get it now. I'm saying a very big thank you to the council, the chairman.
I'm one of the beneficiaries for today's empowerment for entrepreneurs. And I want to say a very big thank you to the chairman.
I'm excited though, and I feel grateful for the local government chairman, and I want to thank him, and I appreciate it because it will really go a long way in my small business.
And now we'll bring you news from around the world.
One person has died and 21 people were wounded in a shooting in U.S. state of Missouri at the end of the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl victory parade. That's a wrap on the news this morning. Before we go, let's have a look at the major stories. Now, there's been a fire outbreak in Elekahia, Port Harcourt. The federal government says electricity subsidy cannot continue. The cost of medication and baby food have further risen in Port Harcourt. And on the foreign scene, there was a fatal shooting at the Super Bowl victory parade in the U.S. state of Missouri. The news was edited by Chioma Ezenwafo. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I'm Ife Chukwumoyoli. Many thanks for listening.